What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Today we're doing a little bit of maintenance on the Z behind me. I feel like there's not really a huge market for videos like this. Like, there's 1,000 different, how to change your oil videos on, YouTube and on the internet, anywhere and everywhere. But the whole point of this channel is kind of just to film everything as I go, maintenance and stuff like that. So we're gonna film it. We're doing maintenance, we're gonna film it. I'm fixing my car, we're gonna film it. The car breaks, we're gonna film it. Like, that's just part of the game. Get the hell out of here, Kola. No, I'm just kidding. Come back. Hey. Anyway. Hopefully this helps out even just a few people. If we could get that done, it just help out a few new people into the car stuff and teach them how to change their oil on maybe their first car, or maybe a 350Z like this, or something else. I would be happy. That's all I want out of today's video, for sure. So let's get right into it. So getting right into it, y'all boys, there's a couple things you're gonna need. You're gonna need your oil filter, a drain bin like this. It can be any kind of pan, anything that is going to hold oil for you. It doesn't have to be something as big or as crazy looking as that thing. You're gonna need a car jack, preferably a jack stand. Use your jack stands, guys. You need a jack stand. We're adding that to the list. You definitely need a jack stand. Definitely use a jack stand and a little 15 mil socket like this. Now, if you're not sure what kind of oil your car takes, see, this is 5W30. People are like, hey, what does that mean? If you're not sure what kind you need, it will tell you. If you come into your engine and find your oil cap, it will tell you on almost every other car except for this one, apparently. So first things first, we have to jack the car up and get under there. So I will see y'all boys down there. Now, don't ask me why I look like an angry toddler when I jack my car up. I don't know either. I look like that. I don't want to talk about it. Now, coming under the car, this is going to be a little tough. We're looking straight under it. This is your oil pan right here. And this is the nut that you have to crack, and your oil is going to drain out of that nut. Try not to make a mess with it and make sure you get oil in this pan right here, because that's what it's here for. This is the tricky part right here, y'all boys. How clean can you stay when you pull this drain plug out? Gee! Now, you just let that bad boy drain for a minute, and then we're gonna grab our oil filter. I'll show you in 1 second. All right, now back under the car, drain pin. This right here that you're looking at, this says Mobile One on it, is your oil filter. That is going to have to come out as well. All right, now that everything is out, you'll take your drain plug, put that back in. Now, you don't want to yank this thing all the way tight, but you just want it hand tight. That's all you need right there. Nothing too special. I would also recommend
keeping some paper towels handy, and because you're gonna get oil all over your pan, all right here, so take some paper towels and wipe that thing down so that there's no oil residue all over it. So that way you'll know if there's a bunch of oil residue right here. You don't know if you're leaking, if you're not leaking, and the residue that is there is going to drip down on your driveway or wherever you keep your car in the road or whatever it is. But any oil residue is going to drip down, and then it's going to make you think that you're either leaking or something of that sort. So make sure to wipe this down and keep everything clean after you're done down here. All right, so whenever you're gonna put your new oil filter in, you're gonna want to make sure you put just a little bit of oil in it. And take your finger and rub your hand all along this gasket on the top of the oil filter, just to make sure that it doesn't, dry up and get seized up or anything like that. I've been told to get the oil filter like 3/4 full before putting in there. I've been told that. I don't do that, because if you do that and then like the oil filter is at an angle like this, so whenever you go to put the oil filter in, it you just spill most of it anyway, and it makes a mess. So I don't do that. I just fill the gasket, put a little bit in there, fill the gasket up, and make sure everything's all looped up in here, and then pop that thing on. All right, now we're in there, and again with the oil filter, guys, just make that thing hand tight. You do not need to come in here and absolutely crank it down with all the force that you have. I mean, make it tight, but you don't have to yank it down absolutely as hard as you can. It's just gonna make it a nightmare to get off, and these things get stuck really, really easily. Okay, so now that everything is finished up under the car, all right, now that everything is finished up under the car, we can lower the car and drop that thing down, and then fill it back up with oil, and then we can start it. Another thing I want to say, guys, is at this point in the process, absolutely do not start your car. There's no oil in your car. Do not start it. That would be really, really bad. Don't do that. And if you do start your car, don't come back here blaming it on me, because it's not my fault. So this is where you're going to put your oil in. Don't ask me why. I have a hammer in my hand, but this thing always gets stuck. You see, it's kind of beat up. So every time I do this, I have to open that thing with a hammer. Like money, bro. That's just how they drew it up right there. Now, if you're a rookie like I am, grab a funnel and shove that thing in there, and then fill your car back up with that oil to go. And if you're ever curious, guys, if you don't know how many quarts of oil your car takes, always look under the oil cap. See there, it says 1 to 5. So throw 5 quarts into this thing, tighten that thing back up. It's always a really good idea to come under the car and make sure nothing is leaking out of there. There's a couple spots there. That's just because I'm an idiot and I made a little bit of a mess. But other than that, everything looks good. Now at this point, you can start your car and let it run. We look good. Now I always do mine about every 3K miles. Not exactly on the money. As you see, I'm about 500 miles over now, but because I do it, so religiously and so often at 3K, I really wasn't super worried about not having the time to quite get to it. So, but I just always reset that trip, and then we start from 0, and we're good. Now, if you guys could, please click on the 2 cards that just popped up on the screen. And if you're new here, please sub to the channel. We've got more content like this, vlogs, car meets, and stuff like that. We have a ton of fun just trying to film everything I can on my journey with the car stuff. And yeah, just put out as much content as possible. So I love you guys. Cowboys, have a good one.